Hey, I am live. Hi, people. Oh, I see there are already people in the room. Hello, Merle. Hello, Julia. Hello, Grace. Hello, Julia. Hi, 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 hi. Well, we are off. You guys beat me to it. Very, very cool. The gang's all here, but Malika, there's that time delay. Now you can see me, I bet. Has 30 seconds passed? Pretty much. Ah, blessed dark moon. Oh my God, I haven't had a drug in my system in so long, and today would have been a good day to have one, but you know. I mean, I have alcohol in the house. I'm just not a big drinker. Yeah, meh, big meh. Good evening. Hey, Colin. Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm sure those of you who are friends of mine on Facebook and Instagram I was really pissed today. I got sexual harassed by a woman. Now, I'm used to it from men. So let's just get this out of the way. I'm totally used to I've been hit on by men since I was a teenager. I know how to cope with them. But when a woman contacts me on social media, I have been such an advocate and a servant of women my whole life. As a gay man, I'm totally safe space. That it's a blind spot when they come for me that way. And, you know, usually I'm just like, oh, sweetheart, thank you very much. But, you know, I'm gay. She wouldn't let up. She was like, can I be your girlfriend? I was like, you mean like, I didn't say the word fat gag, but I'm like leaning that way. And it's not what she meant. And I ended up blocking her. And had it not been dark moon, maybe it wouldn't have hit me. But just to reiterate, everything that happens is happening for us, not to us. And it did happen for me. It happened not to show me where my blind spot was. I know that's a blind spot. But it allowed me to release some emotions within myself that I hadn't felt in a really long time, that were in my cell tissue and certainly part of the collective. So I just want to be really clear. I like guys. Gonna not use the usual thing I say in public because it's being recorded. I like starts with the letter D, and usually I make a joke out of it. I said, honey, you and I have one thing in common. We both like the D. That's a nice way to say it. And usually we laugh and, you know, we move on to the next subject. But she was really persistent. And I was just like, what did she think I was gonna do? Oh, finally, I see the light. Yes. Yes, it's been vagina I've been wanting all this time. How silly of me. How stupid of me. Oh, how could I not have known through your Facebook Messenger revelation? So I'm getting over it. But, you know, I have helped a lot of women get over that when guys hit them, you know, because it's just so icky. I'm a Virgo. Cross your legs. I'm a Virgo. So there. Are we done? Can we done be talking about it like I'm in cell? Okay. I don't know what that means. Hi. Yeah. Well, it is fucked up. But you know what, ladies? Look, we are in this Me Too moment. And, you know, people could say, well, stop posting such sexy pictures. But you say that to a woman, she'll scratch your fucking eyes out, and I don't blame her, right? I am very proud of the way I look, and completely shocked I look this good at 51 years old. On Scruff, I accept it. That is a platform for hooking up. Yes, I am on Scruff. I've met some nice people. I've actually made some very dear friends on Scruff, oddly enough, which also rhymes. But it was just a little out of nowhere. And, you know, had it been like a new moon or something else astrologically, maybe it wouldn't have upset me, but it really pissed me off. And I thank you all who reached out, both in private message as well as on the posts itself. Giving me your support. It's just nice because I support women. I mean, I support the divine feminine. I gave my life to the goddess at a very young age. What can I tell you? So let's see, as you should be. I can't get laid. Well, hey, what can I tell you? I have spells for that. They're not exactly love spells. I call them booty call spells, but I will tell you this. Get yourself some orange oil and some peppermint oil. Put them together and dab. Peppermint and orange. It's an old Sicilian spell. Or you can eat oranges with peppermint leaves or mint leaves. A little hard to get at this time of year. But what it does is it stimulates the heart and the second chakra. It's like, oh, it's not a love. This is not a love spell. Bye bye, baby. So I'm in a much better mood now because I know how to process my emotions and let them come through me. Because man, was I pissed. And no, I didn't hex her. I was so tempted to, but that's not who I want to be, because I'm a very well-trained witch. Okay, some people think who the hell they are. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, and I am sorry that anybody has ever had a boundary crossed, ever. From the Big Bang, I mean the original explosion of the Big Bang, not the TV show, and not a sexual reference for once, right? To this present moment and beyond. But you know what? It's a great way to learn. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should have their boundaries violated, except everybody's going to have their boundaries violated. So in a way, it sort of inspired tonight's topic, letting go and letting goddess, forgiveness work, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm a witch who studied A Course in Miracles and still uses the principles of A Course in Miracles to forgive. The miracle is a shift in consciousness from fear to love, the thought system based in fear to the thought system based in love. And I certainly can't teach what I teach without living it, right? So, that was her pain and or her desperation or her thirstiness. It's just, if it was a guy, I know exactly how to deal with it. I just was not expecting it. I was expecting this woman to say, oh, I've been watching you online or whatever, and can you help me with? And I was like all ready to do that. So I was vulnerable in it. Bam. Fuck, it happens. And you know what? I'm all right. Grow from love. Little First Wives Club for you there. The Vaffanculo. Yeah. So you're a 30-year-old virgin. Well, darling, I got to tell you, there is a lid for every pot. And I'm a 51-year-old Virgo. But there's this thing about sexuality that we are still grappling with on this planet. Obviously, the Me Too time that we are in, it's not just a Me Too moment. It's now an established thing. And, I have been saying for the past couple of days, what's with all these gay men suddenly out of nowhere adding me as a friend on Facebook, like out of nowhere. Like, I don't know. I got to go check my my settings. Maybe I'm opened for some kind of Facebook dating app or something. I don't know how that works. But whatever it is, I am just fine. Oh my God, my Tess is in the room. Oh my God. Oh my God. Tess, I love my Tess. Come back to Elvenar. We are in yet another Phoenix challenge thing. I love you. Girls don't like me. I tried everything. I'm cursed. Well, darling, look, it's an energy thing. And I'm a little over law of attraction and all of that. But I will tell you, the more you love yourself, sexuality and attractiveness has a lot to do with self-esteem. But self-esteem is not a noun, it is a verb. So let's be clear about that. You don't have or not have self-esteem. It is a verb, right? So it's about, I love myself exactly as I am. And by the way, my patron god is Dionysus. If you didn't know. Turn to your gods and say, all right, I want to explore my sexuality in a healthy way. I want a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise sexual love life, right? Make that your chant. Make that your prayer. And by the way, tomorrow is new moon in Aries, ruled by Mars, right? Tuesday ruled by Mars. Have you ever seen the symbol of Mars? Right? It's a circle with an arrow. It's a penis and testicles. I didn't make it that way. That's what it is. Tomorrow's the day. Cast for it. I want a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise sex life. Or I want a healthy sex life. And it's got to start with you. Can you stand fully naked in front of a mirror and go, I accept you as you are, this body that I am in this life. I want to love you. I want to enjoy you. I want to touch all this skin. Right? I want to be in love with my own body. Just got to tell you something. We are not the body. Do you remember where your bodies are from your last lives? I don't know where they are. They're dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind, right? So, no, they're vehicles, and I love this body. I would love to take it with me into the higher realms, because fuck, if it looks like this now, it's got to look great in its ascended state. What are the chances, right? Woo, Aries energy. Yeah, darling. And I'm doing a reading tomorrow. Oh, finally, the clients are flowing again. Everybody's freaking out over this thing that's going on planet Earth, which you all know about. I'm just not saying it on YouTube. So yeah, I'm booking clients again, which are lovely. Anybody needs a reading with me, you can pay as you go, pay me when you can, but it's the human interaction, even through Facebook Messenger, Skype, and telephone, that really gives me life, makes me feel better about life in general. Let's see. I have a very healthy sex life. Fortunately, I have plenty of... Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I love Tess. Oh my God. Known you for a bunch of years now, just keeps getting better. My Canadian sister, I love you so much. That was really great. I think I'm beautiful, but I don't have sex appeal. I think looks is very important. I just attract gay man. Don't know why. I'm from Portugal. Oh, don't know why, period. I'm from Portugal. You're from Portugal because you're from Portugal. So look, I'm going to tell you, we can talk about sex any other time. And please do like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let's see, what's your name? Dipen, D-I-P-E-N. Please do. We'll talk about that another night. But tonight is about letting go. Tonight, because it's dark moon. I think the best service that I can do for the muggles of the world, blessed be the muggles, right, is to get that 3 days, the 3 days before new moon is dark moon. Women understand what happens right before ovulation, right? Well, ovulation is new moon. What you like, right? Isn't that like the rough time, right? It's the time of dissolution and letting go. So now is our time to let go and let God, let go and let Goddess. So I wanted to share some processes about all of that. Cool. Can I have your opinion, pretty please? Sun sign Capricorn, moon sign Taurus, and Venus in Capricorn. Men just say they are attracted. I'm tired of it. I like to get to know minds and not always about looks. So isn't that funny how tonight in the room we have polar opposites in that, right? What can I tell you? You got a lot of earth in your chart, right? See, here's the thing. It's too easy to go mental on this stuff. So tell you what, let's do an opening prayer and we'll see what comes of this, right? Because I think I know what the gods want me to do, but I just want to, oh, by the way, I'm wearing my happy pants. These are my happy pants. They are my smiley emoji pajama bottoms. So just when you think, oh, he's so sexy, whatever, just remember I could very easily be wearing goofy pants under this table. Let's say a nice little prayer. Oh, Tess, you're just part muggle, which I guess makes you mudblood. I don't like that word. Nice deep breath, please. Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe. Just through inhaling and exhaling, you are taking in all that you need in the moment. All the prana, all the chi, all the life force, all the spiritual energy that you need, every inhale. And on the exhale, you are letting go of everything that doesn't serve. Breathe in what you need. Breathe out what no longer serves. Breathe in what you need. Oh, breathe out what no longer serves. Scan your body from head to toe for any place that feels tight or tense or holding on. And do whatever you need to do to get more relaxed, more physically comfortable. Neck roll, shoulder shrug, stretch, tense and release, and tense and release as you breathe. And gently say to your body, I love you. It's okay to relax. I love you. I love you, body. It's okay to relax. Your relaxation is important to me. I love you. It's okay. I love you. It's okay. It's okay to relax. We're safe here. And I'll even give you a little spell. Ready? In this time and in this place, I now do conjure sacred space. By thought, by will, by heart, by deed. I ask that grace meets every need. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As I will it, so let it be done. And while we are here, inhale, and as you exhale, imagine anything that needs to be released from your energy field going down through the base of your spine like a root going down into the earth. Every exhale, just let it go down. The root going down through the base of your spine as well as through the soles of your feet, creating a tripod of energy. And we ask the Earth Mother to please absorb all energies that we are releasing, transforming and transmuting them into the energies of love and love only, that they may be recycled and returned to us as experiences of love and love only for the well-being of all. So mote it be. Now really let it go. Just let it drop. You don't even need to know what you're letting go of, although if something comes to mind, shrug it off, let it go. And see it going down through the base of the spine and the soles of the feet, and the energy trails, the roots going down and braiding in with the root systems of trees and plants. Connecting in to the minerals of the planet, absorbing all that you release. Dropping down into the very core of planet Earth, where there is a small, or not so small, channel of light, taking it down to the center of the Earth, where there is an iron crystal, a magnet, the heart of the mother, drawing down all that we need to let go of. Like an old-fashioned bulk eraser that you would use on cassette tapes. Google that, millennials. Just electromagnetically pulling from you anything that needs to go as you breathe. And we let go and let Goddess receive all energies that we have collected and created. We release them to the greater power of love, accepting that everything is becoming fully balanced in its own time and place, and accepting that there is a greater good, a divine plan manifesting in our lives in the now for the well-being of all. So mote it be. Oh, that feels good. And so it is. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Let's see who we're dealing with here. Thank you so much. I matched my tablecloth. Let's see here. Cute emoji pants. Thank you. Or a gift from my mom. This is just water, by the way. I don't get drunk unless I'm getting tipped. Once this global situation is done, Anthony will come back over and we will do another version of Drunk Tarot. I've got the other bottle of sake untouched, which I think pretty much proves I'm not an alcoholic if I can have alcohol in my house. It's not millennials. I'm a millennial, and I understand all of your analogies. Oh, good, Angel. Teen Angel, are you near me? I was classically trained. I don't want to be a singer. Yes, yes. Good, 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 good. I like the ambience dark with candles. Pretty. And it just, well, you know, I do the morning ones in the Facebook group and it's just brightness coming in. I like to give a little contrast so you can see in the thumbnail. Isn't that a great song? I know my dad used to listen to like all these what was it called? The Doo-Wop Shop, it was called. You could probably find that somewhere online, MP3s. It was all this doo-wop music. So I know all these songs from the past, right? Oh, look, I just said Anthony, and he just, my past life son just messaged me on Facebook. It pops up. Nighttime fun. Okay, so look, here's the tea. Tomorrow I'm going to say it again. Tomorrow is new moon in Aries. You only get one new moon in a sign per year, unless you get the equivalent of a blue moon with a new moon. I forget what it's called. Is it called a black moon? I don't remember. But to have it on a Tuesday is incredibly rare, right? It's a 1 out of 7 odds that you get there. It does not happen that way every year. Plus, we had a leap year this year, which kind of let it happen, which was lovely. So really, tomorrow, if you are already isolated, if you are already, try not to use the words that they flag on YouTube. Did that get you temporarily demonetized until they watch and go, oh, that's fine. Just really try not to trigger that. Self-care. Aries, first house, new moon. Start a self-care regimen. Tomorrow is the day to start anything that you want to build and develop. I have been doing the Wim Hof method every day since mid to late January, right? I got the free app. I do the bubble breathing, the thing that goes fully in, let go. Fully in, let go. He's so cute. I love him. I love his voice. And I've watched a bunch of his videos. I don't work for him. I just, as a spiritual teacher, I take what works for me and I share it. And the breath work, say what you want, feels amazing. The science behind it says that it strengthens and improves the immune system and all that stuff. And since what's going on has a respiratory component, I'm just going to recommend it. Take that as it is, but a wonderful thing to start, but you just start gentle, right? But maybe it's drinking more water, right? Maybe it's Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian problem-solving technique created by Morna, a national treasure no longer incarnate, but she taught everything she knew to Dr. Hugh Lin. His story is rather amazing. I met him. I took a workshop with him 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago now. But he was brought to public awareness, more broader fame, by Joe Vitale, Vitale, who was in the movie The Secret. The book is Zero Limits. You could probably find him all over the internet. As well, there is an audio book with the two of them, I Haleakala Len, Dr. Len, and Joe Vitale. And it's the repetition of these 4 phrases called the 4 graces. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And maybe we'll do some of that tonight to help us let go of what needs to be let go of. It's always good to experience many new things, even experiences that push your boundaries. Yes, absolutely. Today pushed a boundary for me, but I'm absolutely ready for it. Well, I'm ready for it now. As I said yesterday, I will be making my soap inventory tomorrow. I put a little of my own energy. That is so cool. You do not want me making soap. I'm good at cooking, but you do not want me making beauty products because I would never leave the house. Not that I do anyway. I was supposed to get married May 1st. I guess that's not happening now. Oh. Can we just take a moment? Your name is Anthony. We're just going to say your first name. Everybody, please take a deep breath. Dearest God, Goddess, all that is, may Anthony be given all that he needs. Anthony and his beloved, may they be blessed with all that they need, that the wedding that comes to them is better than anything that they could imagine, that it's perfectly orchestrated under grace in perfect ways. I'll cry. That the love of the divine flow through them, and that they will look back years from now and go, Well, that was the best thing that ever could have happened, that we didn't do it that way. The divine wanted us to do it this way. Oh, God, Goddess, all that is, my angels, rush to their aid, strengthen their bond, heal their hearts, their minds, their bodies, that they may be delivered to the divine design of their relationship, that it may unfold under grace and in perfect ways for the well-being of all. So mote it be. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm really, really sorry. Meow. Meow. Aw. Always something to be taken and learned from everything. Yep, I agree, Julia. By the way, Julia and I have known each other for years, and a lot of you I've known for a really long time. I don't need the competition, but thanks, okay? Oh, yeah, no, with soaps, no, wait a minute. You're going to make me cry. Well, honey, I am a Pisces moon, but my God, I can feel that. Look, disappointment sucks, and disappointment and sadness are essentially the same emotion, right? Rarely are you sad about something that went the way you wanted it to, right? But it's the child of my heart that is that innocent, sympathetic, compassionate, empathic thing. So I feel you, and may it all work out better than you could ever imagine. Yeah. Yeah, the wedding's going to be great. Everybody pray for Anthony and his beloved. Absolutely. Look, Samotapi. Yes. Ready? Yes, witch work. I separated my long pins from short pins today. Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's entendre or not. I'm 55 and my partner is 22. A lot has been against us. Aw, blessed be. You see, we're in such a radical time of change. It's such a beautiful thing. But you know what? I don't want to give you some stupid cliche, right? But here we are talking about letting go. One of the things we need to let go is our idea of how we think things are supposed to happen. It doesn't mean we're not allowed to want what we want. Absolutely. We have 100% right to want what we want. However, if you hold on too tightly and the universe wants to give you a higher quantum version, it will do everything it can to slap that shit out of your hands. So that's why I let go and let God, right? People get off drugs and alcohol with that. I mean, not only that, but I let go and let God is from the Blue Book in Alcoholics Anonymous, right? All right, and how good are we at surrender? We're not that good at it at all. But Lord knows a lot has been written about it, right? Thy will be done is a thing of surrender. But, you know, us witches have it too. Look, I've been writing spells for a very long time, and I was raised by a lawyer, so I know about contract law. So I write my spells like contracts. And essentially what I do is, you know, I line it all up and I say, I'd like this to happen and this to happen and this to happen and this to happen. But I always put at the end of it, for the highest good and harming none, as I will it, so let it be done. First of all, that's not straight out of Charmed, but it should be. For the highest good and harming none, as I will it, so let it be done. Which is essentially saying, here's what I'd like. But if there's something better, another thing you could say, this or something better is manifesting for me here and now under grace and in perfect ways. This or something better. Because everything that happens, and I'm not kidding, I have seen this through my own life, through so many other people's lives. I've seen it over and over. I wonder if I can find, hold on one second. Where are you? Hold on one second. Oh, there you are. Hold on. I'm going to find this story. There is a really wonderful story. Wait, let me get the card. I love having everything I need right here. But I have seen throughout my life, I've gotten glimpses of the divine plan, never the whole thing, that everything is orchestrated for the development and growth of our souls, not the pleasure of our personalities, though sometimes it would seem that when our personalities, our egos, want what the divine has planned for us, we get what we want, and we call that a success and law of attraction. But really what it is just we lucked out and we actually wanted something. I'm looking for a specific card here. We wanted something that was already scripted for us in the divine plan. In fact, Matt Kahn, God bless him, Matt Kahn said when there's something that you really, really want, what it usually is an intuition of something that's already scripted for you, but you're manifesting it. And really, it was going to happen anyway. If this is the last card, I really should just go. It's happened so many times. Where is that one? I'm looking for the one with the horsey on it. Because I just have to find out. I swear this is worth it. Where are you? It's gonna be the last card in my fucking hand, isn't it? Is that it? No. 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 There it is. Okay. Good. Okay. Judgment. The card of Judgment. Number 27. Now this is the Osho Neo Tarot, and it's not tarot. It's called that, but it's not. So what is that? Card number 27. Oh, I'm so right there. Oh, and if you'll bear with me, where are you? I just saw you earlier today. There you are. As you get older, a magnifying glass is helpful. I'm going to read you this. The Osho Neo Tarot, I don't think it's in print anymore, but I'm going to read you this. Ready? The first, here, just hang in there. Everybody take a deep breath, and I'll try and oh, wow, you guys are chatting a lot. Just let me read this. I think you'll get a kick out of this. Judgment means a stale state of mind, excuse you, and mind always wants judgment, because to be in process is always hazardous and uncomfortable. Be very, very courageous. Don't stop growing. Live in the moment. Simply stay in the flow of life. Okay, this story happened in the days of Lao Tzu in China, and Lao Tzu loved it very much. Now, Lao Tzu wrote the I Ching, the Book of Changes. Let's see. There was an old man in a village, very poor, but even kings were jealous of him because he had a beautiful white horse. Kings offered fabulous prices for the horse, but the man would say, "This horse is not a horse to me, but he is a person." And how can you sell a person? A friend. The man was poor, but he never sold the horse. One morning, he found that the horse was not in his stable. Horror, right? The whole village gathered, and they said, "You foolish old man, we knew someday the horse would be stolen. It would have been better to sell it. What a misfortune." Neighbors. Not my neighbors. My neighbors are wonderful. The old man said, "Don't go so far as to say that. Simply say that the horse is not in the stable. This is the fact. Everything else is a judgment. Whether it is a misfortune or a blessing, I don't know, because this is just a fragment. Who knows what is going to follow it?" The story continues. People laughed at the old man. They had always known that he was a little crazy, but after 15 days, suddenly one night the horse returned. Okay? He had not been stolen. He had escaped into the wild. And not only that, he brought 12 wild horses with him. Again, the people gathered, and they said, "Old man, you were right. This was not a misfortune. This has indeed proved to be a blessing." The old man said, "Again, you are going too far. Just say that the horse is back. Who knows whether it is a blessing or not? It is only a fragment. You need a single word in a sentence. How can you judge the whole book?" Isn't that cool? Wait, the story's not over yet. And it's a little long, but it's gonna make a point, right? Hang in there. Here's a book of spell ingredients that you purchase on. We'll talk about spell ingredients later. This time, the people could not say much, but inside they knew that he was wrong. 12 beautiful horses had come. The old man had only The old man had only one son, who started to train the wild horses. Just a week later, he fell from a horse and his legs were broken. Womp, 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 womp. Okay? The people gathered again, and again they judged. They said, "Again, You proved right. It was a misfortune. Your only son has lost the use of his legs, and in your old age, he was your only support. Now you are poorer than ever. Too bad he can't move, right? Get away from those neighbors. They sound like assholes. The old man said, you are obsessed with judgment. Don't go that far. Say only that my son has broken his legs. Nobody knows whether this is a misfortune or a blessing. Life comes in fragments, and more is never given to you. I like this old man. It happened that after a few weeks, the country went to war, and all the young men of the town were forcibly taken for the military. Only the old man's son was left because he was crippled. The whole town was crying and weeping because it was a losing fight, and they knew most of the young people would never come back. They came to the old man and they said, you were right, old man. This has proved a blessing. Maybe your son is crippled, but he is still with you. Our sons are gone forever. The old man said again, you go on and on judging. Nobody knows. Only say this, that your sons have been forced to enter the army, and my son has not been forced. But only God, the total, knows whether it is a blessing or a misfortune. Judge ye not, otherwise you will never become one with the total. With fragments you will be obsessed. With small things you will jump to conclusions. Once you judge, you have stopped growing. Judgment means a stale state of mind, and mind always wants judgment because to be in process is always hazardous and uncomfortable. In fact, the journey never ends. One path ends, another begins. One door closes, another opens. You reach a peak, a higher peak is always there. God is an endless journey. Only those who are so courageous that they don't bother about the goal, but are content with the journey, content just to live in the moment and grow into it. Only those are able to walk with the total. Book drop. There's your story time, right? So when we talk about being judgy, oh my God, you're so judgy. It's that we are mistaking the piece for the whole. And that's W-H-O-L-E, not H-O-L-E, because coming out of my mouth, I could see where you'd think it would be that, right? See, this is being a spiritual teacher. You learn shit along the way, you forget about it, and then you share it. Yeah? Yeah. So you have a book of spells you have written or a website to view them. Yeah, we could jump over to my Facebook group, the Mark Angelo Lyons Mal for short Facebook group. We could talk about all that stuff. Because, honey, I just don't have a book of shadows. I have an office upstairs that is my room of shadows. I got so much shit in there, right? Spells, they're fluctuate. They just put you in tune with the quantum plane. We'll talk about that another time, right? I keep looking for an ant under the magnifying glass. Oh, no, I would never. I did that as a kid once, and I watched it burn, and it freaked me out. I never did it again. Yeah, empathy sucks. You don't get to be a real kid. Yeah. So isn't that a great story? It's a people thing because they need conclusions without all the facts. And it's what the mind does. See, here's what I've learned after all these years. Now, being a witch, right, we work a lot with the pentacle. It's sort of our symbol. It's not originally our symbol, by the way. The Seal of Solomon is a 5-pointed star. 5-pointed star in a circle has all sorts of history. Witches sort of co-opted it, though. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. Now, here's the thing. Air is the element that of thought, right? Focus on your breath, the mind quiets, right? You have a thought, it goes. They're like radio waves, right? Fire, our desire, the things that we want, that we burn for. When you choose something, you burn the other choices, so to speak, right? Water, our emotions flow through us. And earth, the physical body, always changing, always shifting. In fact, fire, earth, air, and water are always shifting, always changing. But we are the permanent. We are the eternal. We are the spirit. We are the soul. So thoughts come and go. Therefore, we are not our thoughts. But we identify with them. That's sort of what that story is about. Our desires. I won't be happy unless it goes the way I think it should go and the way I want it to go. We latch into that. When does that ever go that way? I mean, maybe with food sometimes, right? Maybe with you want to watch a certain thing on TV that's always scheduled, so you want, maybe that. But we're talking larger aspirational stuff. I will feel better when I feel better, or I will be happy when, right? Our emotions. We are not our emotions. We've been talking so much about the empathic part of all of this crazy that's going on in planet Earth. I have been talking with people. Just today I needed my own process time. I apologize. There's even somebody in this room who really needed my help today, and all I could do was like give quickie info because I was really upset by that thing I talked about earlier. And I know what came out of my mouth would have been sharp and harsh because I was feeling sharp and harsh. But as I did that inner child work, and man, that kid wasn't hurt. That kid was pissed, like pissed. So I loved it, and like water, symbolically, I peed it out. Right? It passed through me. And everything in this world is impermanent. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to be in this body forever. None of us are. So if we're not our thoughts, if we're not our desires, our choices, if we're not our emotions and we're not our bodies, we are the spirit, the soul, the animating force, the chi, the prana, the life force, the Reiki, whatever you want to call it. Everything else is temporary. So what I get out of that story is we're only going to get that teeny tiny little glimpse of the moment. And if we get, oh, I have the choice, the decision, whether or not to choose how this is going to go. The mind automatically creates a narrative for everything, but we have a choice as to whether or not we want to believe that narrative. So a lot of times what we're letting go is nothing more than a story in the mind, right? The example that comes to mind, this guy that I had to let go of, my God, I knew him, I met him over 20 years ago. Love at first sight, but our ways parted. But the universe kept bringing us back together. I'd walk into a store and he'd be behind the register. When I was at the Silver Broom, he walked in there and well, long story short, we had an affair. He was with somebody else. He told me he was going to leave, and the mind kicked in, and I saw this life with him. Even the house I'm in now has an extra bedroom in it so that he would have his own room. Well, he never left the guy, and it tortured me. Months would go by and I wouldn't see him. Meanwhile, he was going back to somebody that he was not only not in love with, that he was cheating on. But he could never tell me why he wouldn't leave. I felt like every woman who had ever been lied to ever. But the majority of the suffering that I was going through, and yes, I eventually had to let him go, and I did. Right at Samhain, because I'm a witch. I know when to let shit go eventually, right? I cried my eyes out, but I got a lot of my suffering was self-induced, and I still pray for him every day, and I could still cry for him right now. Because what kind of pain must he be in to not follow his heart or to lie to so many people, right? People who do that are in so much pain. That I know for sure. But he didn't really hurt me. You follow? That's Dark Moon. Embracing that and saying, no, I'm responsible for my own suffering. Pain is unavoidable. If I stick my hand in that candle, in this candle, it's gonna burn. But going on and on and on about it, that's self-induced suffering. And that's the path of mastery. But we came in to have the full range of emotions. That's why we incarnate. To have everything from depression to ecstasy and everything in between, right? We want the whole smorgasbord. So, you know, it's tricky as shit, I know, but it's the only thing to do. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Everyone needs to ground themselves to get the icky feelings away. But here's the thing. I don't agree with that. No offense, Julie, I adore you. But here's the thing. What are the icky feelings if everything is all one? We're judging the emotions. just like judging ourselves or judging somebody else. It's an idea in our mind. These feelings need more love, not less. Love is the truth. This is why the inner child work. This is why to give yourself emotional space. This is why to give yourself time every day to check in with your heart chakra, and whatever comes up, to treat it like the child that it is and say, it's okay, honey, you go ahead and cry, I'm here. You don't pick up a crying baby and say, oh, honey, it's okay, I love you, and after 5 minutes still crying, go, well, fuck that, that didn't work, right? You let the emotion have its full arc. If you're feeling it, you're healing it. Otherwise, it's trying to push away something that's magnetically attached to you, like static cling, right? Try it. Unconditional love means love without condition. And to love yourself unconditionally means I'm going to let these emotions come through me, but I'm not going to let it drive the show, because what you repress, you will eventually be possessed by. That's just psychology. There's a wonderful movie called The Shadow Effect by Debbie Ford. Unfortunately, she has crossed over, blessed be. And there's this image of a woman in a swimming pool, like an indoor swimming pool. And she's got like these 6 beach balls, right? Inflatable beach balls. And she's keeping them all underwater with her body. And it's metaphor, right? About, no, can't feel that, push that down. No, got to push it away, push it away. And then a cute guy walks by and whoop, all of the beach balls pop up to the surface. That's what makes people do crazy shit, is when they repress the emotions, the negative emotions. Instead of seeing them as what they are, energy fields from the collective. You don't have to identify with them, but if they're coming up through you, there's a piece of your story in there, and you have the opportunity to love what rises. So when I'm talking about letting go and letting God, letting go and letting God, it's not, ew, let go. It's, come on, it's release. It's loving it. It's feeling it. It's letting it transform you. Because I got news for you. This world is going to have its way with you no matter what you do. And the tighter you hold on, the more it's going to push. Right? So just like that story, oh no, I'm feeling sad. We judge it as though that's the only way we're going to feel for the rest of our lives. And I know depression. I know suicidal emotion. I know what it's like to want to go all the way home. But I'm still here because I trust that if I'm feeling it, I'm healing it. It's making its way through me, and not just healing me on its way out, like a good burp. You ever been on a first date, right? And you have like champagne or I don't know, like Diet Coke, something carbonated, right? And you're like, you have to burp, but you're like keeping it here because that's like, oh, I'm having a lovely evening, right? What does it feel like, the good burp, after it's over? Or we could go the other way, like when you have to fart. Isn't that just the worst feeling, when you have to fart in mixed company and you're like clenching your ass and your voice you start sounding like Kermit the Frog, right? To let it out, right? It's tricky shit. Those feelings are so intense, yes, but that's why we're all in this together. And that's why, isn't it funny? We're all isolated in our homes and have been. It's just now it's like acute. Not like, oh my God, that's so acute. But we're really feeling it. And yet here we are, being vulnerable with each other, being real with each other, to do the inner child work. And look, Google John Bradshaw Homecoming. That's where I originally learned about it, right? That's definitely more psychotherapeutic. But if you just even go to YouTube, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I will record an inner child meditation. Although, honestly, the work that Matt Kahn is doing on his YouTube channel, Matt Kahn, All for Love, Kahn, I adore him. Never met him, not getting any kickbacks for saying this. He don't know me, right? He's younger than me. He's very West Coast, though. He drinks kale every day. Bless his heart. Not that. Kale is a decorative shrubbery, people. Just saying. Just my opinion. Give me until they make it out of bacon. Not going there, right? It's not healthy for you. Well, neither is repressing emotion. Right? There's all sorts of things that we don't do and do. but to do that, and if you want, we can do some of this together. But when I do spiritual counseling with people, it's a lot of what I do. It's like, let's talk to that child in the heart. You with me? You with me there? I love Kale. Oh, good. I will name my next child Kale. Fortunately, I'm not getting anybody pregnant. Yeah. I have tried to ground out the emotions that hurt until last New Year's. I made my only resolution to let the gods allow me my way. I have never felt more free, right? To just kind of let it up and out, honey. Embrace those emotions, because the truth is our emotions are energy fields. And if you really want to go there, go study Caroline Myss, Anatomy of the Spirit. Because if those energies stay within us, it goes into our cell tissue. In other words, we're not pushing it away. It's going into our cell tissue. Toxic emotion that we do not heal, and what you do not heal, you will eventually deal with in your physical body. It's just how it works. And for the witches, air condenses into fire, condenses into water, condenses into earth. Thought condenses into choice, condenses into emotion, condenses into your physical body. And we're pushing it down and we're not dealing with it. And it's going into the collective unconscious, which is creating all sorts of tumultuous shit in our weather patterns, crime, violence, rape, all of that stuff. If I can feel an emotion of sadness and it keeps somebody from killing themselves, that's okay. We are the valves on pressure cooker earth, the healers, the empaths, the witches, the wise ones, the light workers, the star seeds, whatever we call ourselves. We're the cavalry. We've been waiting for the angels to come and save us. We're it. We are it. You know? If I can send one Wonder Woman through the mall, you could probably figure it how to send a little vial of swimmer. Tess. You know, I would blush if I still could, but I'll do this instead. My. Ooh, did I just Rue McClanahan myself? Ooh, bless her soul. I hate Golden Girls. I have a reason to hate the Golden Girls now. Oh my God, did I blush? Oh, there was a little bit more color than there was before. Anyway. You got to read previous comments. I will. I will go back and read all of this stuff. I'm just scrolling up now. There's a lot going on. But you know what is beautiful about this? You're all communicating. Do any of you feel so very disconnected now? Do any of you feel so very isolated? That's the beauty of this platform. I really love, I loved YouTube before, I started recording stuff and putting it up here. But I'll tell you what, go to my channel when we're done here and go back to the beginning of my videos when I started, 3-4 years ago, and look at some of the stuff I've been teaching, right? Go back and look at some of my, what I call my back catalog, right? I've been spiritual teaching for the majority of my life. It's only been this past year, really, at Letha, I think, summer solstice, I started doing the readings here. And you'll see that this is the way I've lived my life for a very, very long time, but always an upgrade, right? And really, I have so many people to thank, but mostly other spiritual teachers. Carolyn Myss, Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle. Go to my Vimeo page. There's a link in the for my Vimeo pages. You will see that I actually have classes and workshops. Meditate with Mark and stuff on A Course in Miracles, Miracles for the Magical. I mean, stuff that I have been teaching for years, and you can pay one price, watch forever. You can take classes with me. Why do I do that? Because it's what I came in to do, and this is just the newest extension of it. And Lord knows what the gods are going to send me to do next. But right now, I'm very, very blessed and very, very lucky that I get to be doing this in this platform with people who get me, right? I'm not here for everybody, but I am here. I'm going to ask you to look up one other thing tonight. Elaine Stritch, Stritch, I'm still here. Or if you like, Shirley MacLaine, Postcards from the Edge, I'm Still Here, right? That's where I originally heard the song. And by the way, the book, so good. I miss Carrie Fisher. You know, she was great as Princess Leia, no question. But her books, oh, Wishful Drinking, Delusions of Grandma, Postcards from the Edge. Oh, there's so many of them that she wrote about the character Suzanne Bell, very autobiographical. These are the women in my life. As much as I love men, and I do, I like the D. It's true. It's been the women in my life that I really came in for. You know, since my mom's never going to watch this stuff, most likely, I'll tell you a little something. Some people know this. My brother Matthew is 3 years older than me. I'm Mark, which, by the way, shows you how Catholic my father was. Because if they had 2 more kids, it would have been Luke and John. What if they were girls? That's child abuse. But my mother actually had a child in between my brother Matthew and I named Sean. Sean Patrick, I believe his name was, very Irish name, who died of complications of Down syndrome. Now, I was born in 68, so we're looking at like 66, 67. There was no amnio, there was no sonogram, right? So when the baby died, the doctor pulled my father aside and said, look, get her pregnant as soon as possible. Get this. So she doesn't experience the loss. Now, this is the story I was told when I was very young. Like, I don't know why my grandmother decided to tell me the story, but apparently this is what happened. So my father got her pregnant and I was born. So we had all of these people like praying for me that the baby would be fine. My father actually went to Our Holy Redeemer Church in Freeport. This is the story. I don't know if it's true. Every day I was told he went and he would light a candle at the altar of Mother Mary, which gets you a gay witch. I don't know how that works. I don't get that, but I don't know. You light a candle to Mother Mary. Mother Mary. Apparently it gets you a gay witch for a son. And I came out and I've had people say you were the most beautiful baby. You had blonde curly hair coming out of the womb. I'm like, what baby comes out with blonde curly hair? Anyway, in other words, I was born to help my mother heal. I was given a job in utero and I'm still doing it to this day. My mother and I are soulmates. We help each other heal and have pretty much every day. Mind you, we used to be locked swords and locked shields. I was a hellion growing up in the 80s. But I am here to help not just my mother heal, not just mothers heal, but to help the divine feminine rise up into power. And that's why it shocked me today when I was sexually harassed by a woman, but that's okay too. We all have our thing that we are supposed to do in this lifetime. But you just can't do that kind of work without allowing your feelings to come up. I am here to heal, help heal the divine feminine. If that means that I have to cry my eyes out during dark moon, that's okay. If it means I have to cry my eyes out every day for the rest of my life, if it relieves some pressure from the quantum field, helps somebody heal on some level. You know what? Nothing against accountants. I couldn't do it, but it beats being an accountant for this embodiment. I know plenty of accountants that are a lot of fun. My CPA is actually a really cool guy. I love my CPA. But that being said, you know, we all have our role to play here. But if you notice the balance of gender in my life, in this chat, in my Angelo Lyons Mal for short Facebook group, even my Facebook friends, predominantly female. So there we go. So there we go. That's my story. And, you know, maybe someday, was I about to break into song? What is that from Chorus Line? No. That was, maybe someday he'll say, I got visions of Liza in my head. Cabaret. Oy. Flashback. Musical. I'm still experiencing musical theater PTSD from the 80s. But maybe the gods will see fit to partner me again. Until then, I'm really glad to be single. I'm just not letting anybody cross the drawbridge into the castle of my soul that easily anymore, like I did this guy who I really wish no harm to. I could destroy him with the truth, as is the case being a witch most of the time. Oh, the damage that you could do just with the truth, right? No, I wish him the best, and may he go ahead of me in line to heal. Absolutely. I will always love him. But if it's not him, it's like that story with the horse, right? We don't know it all. So even this thing that's going on the planet right now, oh, it is a tragedy. Yes, anytime someone has to die from an illness, in pain and in suffering, my heart breaks. I'm an empath. I can't even control that, right? It's going to happen one way or the other. But I will tell you this, we are only seeing a tiny piece of it. And so something bad happens, and then it looks like it's something good. And then something good happens, and then it looks like it's something bad. It's all judgment. And it's all scripted. It's all part of the quantum fabric of the reality of this world. The divine plan, the quantum hologram, call it what you will. But I'm just really, really honored and glad that you're all here on this journey with me. Such a crybaby. But that's an empathic heart for you. And I really do feel so honored to do this with you all, cooped up in my little hermitage in Holbrook, the hermit witch of Holbrook, the gay purple-haired hermit witch of Holbrook. And when I croak, I want a fucking shrine. Thank you very much. Not a shrine to fucking, but I want a shrine, and maybe that's my YouTube channel. So someone make sure when I croak that these videos continue to exist so that I can find myself in my next life. Look back, pick up where I left off. Chances are I'm going to be a lesbian in my next life, because to hear with men, honestly, although we'll see. Yeah. So I am a good soul, but you know what? All souls go to heaven. All souls are from the divine. We are all of the same cloth, not even cut. And I really, really, really thank you all for your time. I am going to go back and read everything that you guys wrote. And if anybody super chatted me money, that's wonderful. Thank you. I didn't even catch it if you did. Because you see that little dollar sign at the bottom there? If you click that, I wonder if I can do it for myself. Show your support for Drawing the Circle. Oh, look, I didn't realize that I had a little pop-up thing. Well, if you click that, it's got a sliding scale thing. You can send me some cash. Otherwise, if you would like to send me, I love when people even send me like $1.11. It's like the cutest thing. I really enjoy that, and it does accrue over time, certainly. And since I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, it's literally going to pay my bills. I used to say, hey, throw me some money, buy me a pack of cigarettes, but I don't smoke anymore. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do I do? Apparently super chat and readings and spiritual counseling, and hopefully I made you laugh, and hopefully I touched your heart a little bit. And hopefully with this ending prayer that we are about to do, you will find yourself letting go, letting God, letting Goddess, and getting yourself the good night's sleep. And 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing the same thing with the same camera, but in the Mark Angelo Lyons Mel for short Facebook group. Yes, yes, which work. If that catches on, then my work here will be complete. Take a nice deep breath. Let's say a prayer, shall we? Breathe. Focus on that breath. Let the body relax. And put a hand upon your heart, if you will, if you can. The center of your chest, not like I pledge of allegiance, but I pledge of allegiance, I'm talking anahata, the heart chakra. And it is from this heart-centered place, literally, the center of my awareness, I offer this prayer. Dear God, Goddess, all that is, we have thoughts, but we are not our thoughts. We have choices, but we are not our choices or motivations or desires. We have emotions, but we are not our emotions, and we are in bodies, but we are not bodies. All of that is temporary. We are what you have created. I am as the gods created me, birthless, deathless, guiltless, sinless, the silent observer, the silent witness, the soul, the higher self, the spirit, the E that equals MC squared, whatever we call it. I surrender all else but that truth in this moment. I let it go, that I may know myself as always safe, because I am safety. As always loved, because I am love. As always aware, because I am awareness. And though I may not always know that, I may not always remember that, I may not always experience that, let me turn my attention inward to that child in my heart that knows all this stuff. Innocently, simply, like a child would. And say to that child now, whether I feel it or not, may I truly mean it. I love you, sweet child of my heart. I love that you feel. I love that you think. I love that you choose. I love that you are in this body for this journey with me. My personality, my soul, my ego, none of these things are me, but I'm integrating you in every time I let you feel. And I give you the love that no one else can. I know it's hard. And I know it's a scary time we're in, and it's okay to be scared. Fear is not a sin. But I'm here to love you through it all. And let those emotions come. Let them flow through this nervous system, because if we're feeling it, we're healing it. And may my heart be healed so all hearts are healed. May my nervous system be relaxed so all nervous systems are relaxed. May I grow and evolve so that we all grow and evolve in accordance with the divine plan. May I do my part this day. And as these last vestiges of dark moon wane, may we be reborn again in awareness with this Aries new moon on a Tuesday, that we may reignite, that we are in Ostara-tide springtime, that we may be reborn with a light and a fire and a passion, the likes of which this world has never seen before. May we shine brighter than we ever have before, and may we crew together like never before. The angels returned, the gods in form, the ascended masters manifest in us as us for the well-being of all. So mote it be, and so it is. Thank you. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Oh, and we will be doing at some point probably 9 p.m. Tomorrow Eastern Standard Time in that Mark, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for Short Facebook group. A little candle magic for the new moon in Aries. And then I will be jumping over here for 11 p.m. to do a new moon card draw. Yay! I've got my divination systems out anyway. I might as well. And the next series I'm working on, I'm putting off the twin flames for another week or so, because what's the point? Everybody's isolated. So I'm going to do an 8-card chakra spread, sun, moon, rising signs for all the 12 signs. I'll be starting that tomorrow. Cool, cool. I love you all so much. I'm going to go wind down. I have some messages. There have been some actually lovely people who've reached out to me, men who came correct and approached me the right way. So I'm going to go focus on them for a little bit because, well, I would say Mal got his groove back, but honestly, I never fucking lost it. Cool, cool. I love you all so much. And you know how I'm going to sign off, so say it with me. Ready? Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this evening until we meet again. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be. Mwah.